Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Todd Talk. When Todd talks, people listen. Hopefully. So today we are doing the reaction to Master Roshi versus Jiraiya for Death Battle, and I'm actually going to admit this is surprisingly fun. The battle was not only long, but it got pretty epic at times. I mean, they went full tilt with this one. I mean, they even admitted in a recent Death Battle cast that they had like basically their whole entire animation team working with them, which was evident via some things that they did. Uh, I was right. I am on fire. I mean, I'm seriously on fire here. I think if I recall correctly, I've only had like two losses this season with Sora Pit where I picked Pit and Jin Ryu where I picked Ryu. So I think I'm doing really good now. And now we only have one battle left, but that's for later. Um, I was this is an interesting one to talk about just because the whole point of this was being, masters of their craft and yet, perverted masters. And ironically, they didn't touch on the perversion that much, which is probably for the best. But I do think that they had one of the most perverted jokes in the history of Death Battle with the whole, and I can't do the boomstick voice. I apologize, but with the whole, if I was that fast, I wouldn't have to get married. You know, like that was, I'm surprised that made it in because the implications of what that actually means is like infinitely perverted. So yeah, I'm surprised Screw Attack let that through. But hey, I mean, we all know it's not an actual character. It's just Boomstick, but still, that was funny. Um, but as I predicted, the fact that Master Roshi is a guy who could blow up a freaking moon. Is my camera wrong? What's wrong with my camera? There we go. He can blow up a freaking moon, and yeah, that was. It can, he can go with a base form Goku, and even noted in his feats that he's beaten base form Goku, which is technically twofold, both in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, that was pretty hard to beat, but I will admit I was getting very worried during the death battle, which shows how good they are at balancing it out. Because think of it like this: usually, usually when they have like that, let's call it the battle breaking feat, they usually hold back on that analysis, you know? So, like when they talked about him blowing up the Ox King's mountain, which I noted, they measured how that one was. I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to save how they measure the moon's destruction later. No, they actually went right into that and defined just how insanely powerful that was. Usually, they would have waited until the end to say, oh, if you thought the mountain feat was good, the moon feat was like infinitely better, but they didn't, and that actually made me worry because I'm like, why would they reveal that now? Instead, though, they actually held back his speed feat, which is actually something I apologize for not studying more. I should have realized that Jiraiya technically had the better speed feats, yet because of how Roshi scales to Goku in regards to how they trained, he would be as fast as lightning as well. And I liked that they talked about the manga for Super, even though that wasn't canon, and they even specifically said, "Hey, this isn't canon," but there you go. But when they were talking about Jiraiya and all his techniques, especially the summoning techniques, I knew about the summoning techniques. I really did. I didn't think they'd use them because I thought that would technically be defined as outside help, but technically because of Jiraiya's backstory and how he made a pact with the Toads, it's no different than him summoning the shadow clones because it is a technique he uses in battle. It's not like he phones a friend and someone comes in. He literally summons them, and So I mean, I was wondering how that was going to play out. I mean, you got was a Goroboto or something like that, and he he crushed his house. Okay, I gotta admit, I love that part where they were doing the Rasengan water movement thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh look, there's the house, and it's like, oh wait, why are we? No, don't crush the house. And then the whole get off my lawn. That was good. That was really good voice acting. they were really proud of the Master Roshi voice actor. I thought he was okay. I actually like Jiraiya's more. I thought he was a little more hilarious, but uh, pictures, words can paint thousands of pictures in a single stroke, or something like that. Stroke? Wah, wah. Um, but yeah, the battle really was fun, and I was I mean, dang, they really set it up to where Jiraiya looked like he was going to win with his various techniques, with summoning the King Toad, and then his the soul capture technique. I'm gonna admit here, I'm not exactly sure what happened at the end because I know about what they said with the whole soul capturing technique and the guys with the high fives and all that. That I am part understood. But if again, the way they posed it, it made it sound like Roshi was still, I guess forward momentum was still important or whatever, and that because Jiraiya didn't like stab his soul in time or something, that it didn't matter, or that he didn't think that Roshi could harm him enough, but he did. It's a little confusing. I mean, I'm sure it's like a sleight of hand thing, and I don't know, but that was actually one of the more confusing death battle endings. Outside of the fact that Roshi won, which I was happy about, but kind of confusing, but everything else aside from that was pretty epic. Here's a question: how did the Toad guy know that Roshi was a pervert? Okay. First of all, also I love that they used the evil containment wave for that. That was a really cool moment. But how did the Toad guy know that Roshi was a pervert? I mean, he didn't know Roshi, so I just these are the things that keep people up at night. All right, but still, good death battle. I'm glad I picked right. They really set up the whole Jiraiya could win thing really well. And sorry, Naruto fans, but hey, at least Naruto won. You're 1-2 now. What does that make Dragon Ball? What does that make Dragon Ball? Let's see. I'm just doing this really quick. Okay, so let's see wins and losses, right? So wins were Vegeta, Hercule Satan, Android 18, Roshi. Goku lost twice. Boo lost. Yeah, is that it? I think that's it. Yeah. So there you go. Dragon Ball's now in the win column. Go Dragon Ball. All right. So now, next time on Death Battle, Mario versus Sonic 3. Kidding. No, you're finally getting the matchup that the world has demanded. Not just the death battle world, but the comic book world and the movies world and the cartoons world has demanded. We are getting Thanos versus Darkseid. Oh yeah. And it will be a 3D death battle. Unconstitutionally, that sounds weird. Unquestionably, there we go. Unquestionably, undeniably, irrefutably, this is a 3D death battle. They will end it in 3D, and it's going to be awesome. Now, there's already questions about whether they're going to give Thanos the Infinity Gauntlet, and wouldn't that just mean that he wins automatically? But I have a counter to that already, and it's one that is deeply rooted in Darkseid's lore. So stay tuned for that. But I am very excited for this death battle. This is literally, they've said it. This is the most requested death battle outside of the ones they've already done. Like this was at the time that this season was made, this was the top death battle requested. You dig? So yeah, I'm excited. I hope you're excited, and I can't wait to break this one down because this is gonna be fun. So, and I already know who I'm picking because I already know who wins. No, I don't already know, but it's clear to a comic guy like me who wins. So. Anyway, with that, I'm ending this episode of Todd Talk. What did you think of Roshi versus Jiraiya? Did you have fun with watching the battle? Did your perverted master win? And who do you think is going to win between Thanos and Darkseid? Let me know in the comments below. So, I thank you for watching. If you made this far, I know you were listening, and I will see you around.